welcome co-founder and CEO Yoni Soroya.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the first ever Lusha live event. Now I have some good news and some bad news. The bad news is that prospecting as you know it is about to change forever. The good news is that you're not going to miss it at all. So today I want to share with you how we envision the future of sales and to give you a first look on our new sales experience that will help you spend more time selling. So let's start with what we're trying to achieve. So I want to start with the end, with our vision. And in our vision, Lusha will do what salespeople can't, so that salespeople will do what they do best, which is selling. Let's be honest. Today, salespeople spend most of their time not selling. Over the past 20 years, that time has only decreased, with less than 30% of their time spent on connecting with customers. Nowadays, you can reach anyone. So where do you start? Today, salespeople have to do massive manual work, like prospecting, research, updating CRM, analyzing tons of data, and understanding who they need to reach out to, when, and why. And it's only getting worse. The truth is that no human can analyze data like AI can. Machines are built for that. They are faster, smarter, and much better at finding patterns. And that's okay, because that's not what salespeople are supposed to do. You are here to talk to people, build trust, and close deals. In the last few years, we see more and more automation platforms in the market. So what happened? We started bombarding our customers with generic outbound. And our customers are completely overwhelmed. They stopped being responsive, and ignore became the new norm. Think about it from the customer's perspective. You can identify generic outreach instantly, and within a second you can see that an email is generic and that a phone call is a cold call. So what we see now in the market, we see more personalized outreach, and that works for a while. But very soon, our customers will understand that AI generated everything, and they will ignore it as well. So the solution isn't to bombard them even more, and not even to use a multi-channel approach. No. The future of sales will be about relevancy. When there is a real reason why two companies need to connect. Because all the necessary conditions for a real conversation are met. It's about understanding who's ready to buy from you right now. So imagine a world when Lusha knows you, and what works for you, what kind of leads convert, and what makes the perfect customer for you. Then we connect it to all the business data in the world, all the companies and how they evolve. We combine them both and provide you the best recommendations for you, the best companies and the best prospects that are personalized to your solution and to your sales skills, the ones that you need to talk to right now. So you always connect with the most relevant customers for you at any given moment. And the beautiful thing is that the more you use it, the better it gets. The system learns what works for you and refines itself, so that you can spend most of your time selling and we'll take care of the rest. This isn't about replacing salespeople. It's about building the perfect team, the human AI team. Lusha AI will handle the data, the signals, the timing, and you will do what you do best, which is to build trust, be empathetic, understand the context, and do the things that only humans can. Build relationship with other people. Together, it's the perfect sales team. The best analogy for this revolution already happened in another industry, the music industry. In the past, if you remember, we used to burn CDs to build playlists. We spent hours picking songs, listening to each one, and setting the order. It took about 2 to 3 hours to build a good playlist, but at least we could listen to it on repeat. Today, this problem is solved. We have Spotify, it knows you, and automatically builds playlists just for you. And as a result, we are listening to more music than ever before. Now, if we go back to salespeople, they are still building playlists manually, and they need a fresh list every time. Lusha will make sure that salespeople spend most of their day in meetings, with a new approach called Sales Playlist. Our platform is centered on recommended playlists. Think about it like Spotify for sales. We learn what kinds of leads work for you, and we keep sending you more of them, with AI doing all the heavy lifting behind the scene, so that every time you open Lusha, your personalized playlist is waiting for you with the most relevant leads ranked on the top. We're building a world where salespeople can just sell. Sales will shift from cold calls to calls with a purpose, from high-volume outreach to high-value conversations, from discovery calls to solution-driven discussions, and from switching tabs and systems into one screen that tells you exactly who you need to reach out to, when, and why. The result is that salespeople will love the work more than ever before. We're not just making it easier, we're bringing the focus to where it should be, selling. And now, I'm proud to introduce Lusha's playlist, the new personalized sales experience.
What if you never had to prospect again? We'll do it for you. Introducing Lusha Playlists, a new personalized sales experience that runs your pipeline building and outreach on autopilot. Get AI-recommended prospect mixes based on your ideal customer profile. Add your favorites to your personal playlists. Turn up the volume, choose the tempo, and go live. Get an endless stream of new tailored prospects. Automate your email outreach with Engage AI. We'll get you to the right leads at the right time, so you'll capture every business opportunity. Lusha, let opportunities flow.
Thank you for watching. We hope you are excited about it as much as we are. To tell you more, here is Sigalit.
Hello everyone, and once again, thank you for joining us for this exciting event. Today, we are thrilled to unveil the new Lusha experience, a complete game changer for go-to-market teams. The new Lusha is built around one core idea, giving you back time to sell. We know that finding the right customers, qualifying them, and engaging them takes time. But what if your prospecting could be faster, smarter, and almost effortless? That's exactly what Lusha delivers. So let's dive in. Let's start with the Flex Search. Finding the right prospects should be quick and intuitive. And while using filters manually is great, there's a faster and more efficient way to do it. Our AI-powered search allows you to look for your target audience in your own words. It will automatically filter the right prospects according to your query, as it understands natural language and delivers the most relevant results instantly. All you have to do is to type in your target audience. For instance, VP Marketing in finance companies in Boston, if you're looking for contacts. You can also search for your ideal companies by typing finance companies in Boston. Then you can utilize our basic and advanced filters to focus your search even more, using intent, technology, funding, and so much more. You can also start with filters and then use Flex Search to find the right prospects within the results. It works both ways. Now that our engine has learned what your target audience is, it will start delivering you even more business opportunities automatically. Meet Lusha's AI recommendations. Based on your actions, who you search for, revealed, and saved to your list, Lusha will deliver personalized prospect suggestions daily. Once you reveal your first contacts, our engine starts understanding your needs, and it will offer you the most relevant companies and contacts you should reach out to. This will not only save you time, but will also help you focus your pipeline and curate the best lists to your business. Lusha will provide a variety of lists consisting of a fresh mix of recommended prospects every day based on your won deals, intent signals, growing companies, and so much more. This list will be tailored for you and will allow you to save the contacts or companies to your own lists. Found a list that really pinpoints your ideal customer and you want even more of those prospects? We got you. All you have to do is click Add More Contacts and you'll get even more prospects added instantly. So now that you have your top prospects, you can easily save them to your own personal playlist. Now allow me to introduce Alam that will walk you through the magic that happens next.
Hi everyone, I'm excited to be here and proud to unveil Lusha Playlist, dynamic lists that add an endless stream of perfect prospects based on your personal preferences. Lusha's AI keeps your pipeline fresh and always growing, so you can focus on selling instead of manually searching for prospects. Your lists will auto-update with real-time AI recommendations, surfacing new business opportunities you haven't even thought about before. To turn on live updates, you can open the Similar Contacts menu, choose the amount and frequency of new recommendations you would like to add, and just let Lusha grow your pipeline. And here's where it gets even better, automating your flow. Imagine this. Every time you get a new recommended contact, Lusha enriches your data and adds it to an email sequence with personalized messaging. No manual work, no wasted time, just fully automated workflows. All you have to do is click on the Add to Sequence button, choose All in this list or Only New Contacts, select the email sequence you want, and click on Add to Sequence. Now, every new contact will get a sequence of emails tailor-made by Engage AI. That's it. Now, all that's left to do is to sit back and let meetings roll in. As you know, timing is everything in sales. With Lusha alerts and signals, you get weekly notifications on key intent signals, technology adoption, funding rounds, job changes, and more. So you can reach out at the perfect moment and close deals faster. That's where signal-based alerts come in. No more missed opportunities. Instead, you'll get data-driven insights that put you ahead of the competition. Setting alerts is easy. Just go to your company list and click Create Alert. Choose the event you want to track and hit Get Notified. That's it. Whenever something important happens, you'll receive a notification right in the platform along with a weekly summary email so you never miss a key opportunity. With Lusha's new sales experience, prospecting becomes effortless. Just describe your ideal customer and let AI do the heavy lifting, finding the most relevant prospects using real-time data signals. So you can wake up on Monday morning with a calendar full of booked meetings. This is what the new Lusha is all about. AI-powered and built for speed, smarter search, dynamic playlists, and AI recommendations, all designed to keep you close deals faster. And it's only the beginning. We gave our friends at Sell Better a sneak peek, and here's what they think about our new sales experience and the evolution of sales.
What's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for having us here. Thank you, Lusha, for bringing us in. Both Lusha and Sell Better believe that the advancements in AI are certainly helpful rather than hurtful. I have to admit, I was a skeptic at first, and I would say things like it's complicated, but with the advancements that have happened recently, my opinions have completely turned around, and I'm very excited and surprised at all that can be done with solutions like Lusha that have incorporated functions that make an impact rather than just putting those patches on things. Always something new to be discovered with AI, and no patches coming out from Lusha. They've really thought this out and thought of the AI experience as a whole for their customers. Something else entirely. They've built something remarkable. Chris and I have AI strategy conversations frequently. Almost every morning, we jump on and talk about all these different things that come to mind and how we can leverage it. We have no shows, Sell Better shows, where AI is not at least a cornerstone conversation for a piece of the time spent. I've realized over the last few weeks, maybe a couple days even, that this is more like a skill rather than a tool. And I think that's what Lusha is promoting here, which sellers in other professions at any level can benefit from. Chris, you had mentioned the newest release this morning. What did you like about it? You had some great insights there.
Well, two things. One, I think that when we were asked to have this conversation, we could have just flipped the mic on any given Monday, right? And it's interesting too, because I think you truly are the voice of the audience, where early on skepticism, how am I going to apply that? Just using the tools that are fed to us, starting to understand, James just started building out his own agents within the last week or so. And so that crawl, walk, run, the adoption, the mindset piece is just it's really cool to watch. So I really appreciate that. And I think the audience will get a kick out of this. On the Lusha side, this is something that I talk about. I love product. I love great product teams. With AI, there's been such a rush to append now with AI to any product that you're building. If it was just early Gen AI, updating messaging, things like that. One thing about Lusha is, from a data platform standpoint that I've always respected, is that they really looked at the data integrity first, most from a compliance standpoint, only using first-party data. And so instead of evolving it out to being a full, like a go-to-market platform right out of the box early, they really just focused on the highest coverage, highest data quality, and maybe some of that restraint to not kind of follow the path of a lot of products, not data, just all products out there. Yeah. They now have an opportunity to build on top of that. And what I saw this week is truly doing that. So one, simple UI, very, very intuitive. What do I want this to do? Two, the way that AI was rolled out here as a suggested recommendation engine. As users, we don't want to have to learn and be surprised about how things work. And one of the things that they built into this was a really complicated back end part of how a recommendation engine for contacts and company data. But the interface, looking at what we all use, think about Spotify and playlist, the playlist kind of UI and presentation of this really complex thing on the back end, but a simple way to kind of work with it. So it just feels as though everything that's coming out of Lusha is built on that foundation of the quality data, which I talk about a lot, which is you can't build automation, you can't build AI, you can't use these signals and intent if you don't have rock solid data. So everything I'm seeing out of the house there is amazing. I'm excited to start using it. So.
The most impressive piece of this release is the flow, I think, that they've created. I'm liking how it's not about signals. It's about how the signals get surfaced to sellers, right? And there's a complete circle being told. Something you pointed out that I thought I could relate to more than anybody is the non-sales activities that almost every seller is plagued by. Because you're my CEO, that I wear about 11 hats at this organization, and I need more time for sales. And I think that's where people are missing the mark. They think it's going to help them sell, when really it should be helping them do other things so they can sell.
Yeah. I think there's AI assisted selling and there's AI enabled sellers. And I like, that sounds so smart, but I know you said it, not me, a couple of days ago. But I think that's important to understand, which is, let's start with AI enabled sellers from the standpoint of the low hanging fruit here is just, let's get rid of the mundane. Let's get rid of the bullshit work. And I'm going to make up a data number here. 60%, 70%. It ranges all over there. Are non-selling activities.
That's right.
And we talk a lot about human as last mile. So what is important? Human rapport, emotional intelligence, our ability to connect with people, our body language, the way we speak. Look, AI is going to start chipping away at that. But for right now, that's what we represent in the selling process. So everything that's not that, we want to attack. And that's where the low-hanging fruit for this is. What are the things that you're doing day in, day out in the sales process that you can slowly chip away at, getting more time human as last mile? And that's the part where I think a lot of people, to not be so worried about, like building automation in these AI flows versus what can I do to just make my call prep better? What can I do to make discovery faster? What can I do to make my calendar work better?
That's a mental shift. And I want to call attention to the folks like me in the room that just have a difficult time with change in general. We get so comfortable with the pragmatic approaches that we've been using for years. And what we call the pushback on this is a technical barrier. But with things like what's coming and what Lusha has built here, let's be frank, the technical barrier isn't really a thing anymore because you can learn anything with AI. And that's the point of it, isn't it?
So I'm at one of those points in my kind of like my adoption of this where I don't want to sleep. I want to build. Why? Because I don't have cost barriers. I don't have technical barriers.
Yeah.
I can go and build. And what I think a lot about it is that the sellers that are nested within these complex organizations where, yeah, of course, I believe that a lot of sellers, their knowledge and their understanding of AI is, it's kind of limited by the tools that they're given. Oh, I got this tool. It does AI. That is AI.
And the tools they've had in the past as well.
But if you can actually roll up your sleeves and jump in and understand these core concepts and understand how approachable this is, you can actually start building processes and functions, just for yourself. And I think that that's the part that's got me the most excited, because you don't have to go to IT. You don't have to go to your tech team to start building. I'm not saying to go rogue, and I don't want to get called out here because I, empowered a whole bunch of, sellers to start building things all over the place. But if everybody has the same tools, James, we've seen this before. Think about signals and intent. If everybody has the, James Buckley Incorporated just caught $50 million of funding. If we all have that information, we're all hitting you. There's your fund, there's no one of one here. So one of one, you got to think outside the box. What are the process? How can you attack the sales process the way you would do it? So it's pretty exciting. Yeah.
So the thing that I want everyone to come away with, because you know me, and I like to see myself in the mistakes that other people make. I always say we can learn from other people's mistakes. We don't have to learn from our own if we just open our ears to other people's mistakes. What's not working right now? And we already know that AI, like all other past solutions, isn't some big magic wand. So what is it? What's not working that AI is going to fix for us?
So I think the first thing we all are guilty of, sell better in general, is, being a spam cannon, right? Like, if you walk into a room and you walk into that kitchen at a party and everyone's talking loud, how do you get hurt? You talk louder. And that's all that's happening right now. We're given, inexpensive data. Every tool has a send capability for this. And we're just empowering people to shove information in there, call it a personalized, customized message, and we're hitting send. And all that's doing is just raising the audible floor. And as humans on the receiving end of it, we no longer are looking at a whole bunch of messaging and trying to read through. We're pattern recognizing, looking at it, and just looking at the 1 or 2 out of 100 that are actually our brain subconsciously competent is telling us what's there. So the first part is getting away from just yelling louder, more volume, more, and look, I love it at scale. I'm an at scale person. It's just how we got here. There's got to be a shift in doing that. The second one, I really think that we have to look to leadership of empowering the thinker to understand these core concepts, understand to think for themselves, and to start being builders. Be a builder. Get out there, roll up your sleeves, look at building small agents don't just build things to write better messages, build agents to perform functions. Something I know you jumped in for your show prep.
I spent the last year looking at ChatGPT on how it could help me write better emails or rewrite my emails, or even give me ideas for emails. And, I, as a reluctant adopter, which I think represents many of us in the space, I was very well, this is helpful. And it was kind of meh for me. And then here comes this other advancement where you start telling me about how I can make it do things that will ease my burden. And suddenly this weight of learning it got lifted off my shoulders, and instead it became a pleasure to make something that bought me more time. I don't have time to work on this thing that saves me time is like a completely irrelevant argument in 2025 and beyond.
Well said. Yeah.
So talk to me about your predictions. We know where we are, or at least for now. Next month will be completely different. Your words, not mine. So what is your prediction for let's say the next 6 months, if next month was next day?
Yeah. So we grew up with a few concepts in technology, right?
Moore's law. Don't leave out Moore's law.
Yeah. Moore's law, Wright's law. It basically, they're laws that indicate how we calculate the speed of innovation, either the cost or the performance basis. Throw them out the windows. We're talking in days. We're talking in months. And so, I think the first thing is, not accepting the reality of where we are. I think you felt it internally. I basically walked in. I just threw down the gauntlet and said, there is no more conversation. As a team, to be here, every time someone comes to me with anything, the first thing I say is, what have you done? Have you tried to automate? Have you tried to improve it? Put on your Iron Man suit, which is AI, make it better. And so the first thing is, I understand that there are naysayers and reluctant. I just believe that is a hurtful attitude to take. The second piece of this, I think that you have to find a path to getting away from the fear mindset and adopt this as this is our new reality, and use use the tools to be more productive. Understand that. Don't wear it as a badge. Our good friend Richard Banfield came up with this whole thing of it feels like cheating. Good. Wear it on your shirt. We prepped for these. How we prepped for the notes for this conversation, James? Well, you know what? I'm sure we put a talk track through AI. Like there is no, oh, you must have done that with AI. It's, I did it with AI and adopt it. That's okay. Wear that. Right.
I think we're supposed to be able to accept the fact that these things were put here, and it's how we're going to use them that's going to make us successful. The best example I can come up with is that for 5 years, I have spent 45 minutes building out shows.
Yeah.
Now I can train AI, my writing style, the way that I build shows, and then put a couple of key notes into this machine, and it will spit that out. And what does that do for me? Well, it buys me about 7 more hours of selling time a week, give or take. And that, my friends, is the purpose that this whole thing is premised on, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. What do you want everybody coming away with today, Chris? If you had them coming away from our little end up, our wrap up here, what are the top things they can do to really lean into selling this as a solution, as part of their existing solution, but also how they can leverage it themselves to be better sellers?
Sure. Start small, solve small problems. It's easy to get carried away with this in the macro. Really just dig in. I mean, at the minimum, go find the smallest task that you want to either automate or seek to get some help from AI. The last piece, and again, I'm going to just make up or botch the data part out of this, but I think it's something like 30% of all new job requisitions in our space have some line item about understands and knows how to use AI, ChatGPT. It just talks about the tools. If that is not already showing you where we're headed this early, tune into that and recognize it's here. It's something you're going to have to and find your path of learning. And if it's not inside your internal org, look to your Sell Better, look to these other communities. There's a lot of great thinkers out there.
I agree with you. I want to tell everyone in the room for letting us come in here and share this with you. Look to your leaders. The leaders need to be making this happen for you from the top down, whether it's AI, signals, automation, in the modern sense, and so on. This is the thing that's going to keep you from falling behind. You either catch up or you fall behind. But one way or another, this thing is here, and you're either a user or someone else is using it and probably beating you out. Once again, I want to thank Lusha for bringing us in to be a part of this conversation and wrap this up with you all. We look forward to doing more amazing things with Lusha in the AI space and the sales space as they lead the charge and change the things that matter. Chris, thank you for sharing your time with me as we do every single morning. Lusha, have a great day and go get them.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sell Better, and thank you all for joining us. Now we invite you to go and enjoy our new sales experience. See you all at the next EvoLusha. Goodbye.